Southern Rock Cruise 2019.
See Lynyrd Skynyrd in a special onboard appearance on January 8th. Plus, even more live performances from the Titans of Southern Rock, including Dickie Betts and his band, Blackberry Smoke, the Marshall Tucker Band, Molly Hatchet, the Kentucky Headhunters, Blackstone Cherry, Atlanta Rhythm Section, and more. Go behind the scenes with more music, more interactive events, and more of that great Southern Rock experience. The Southern Rock Cruise sails January 6th through 12th, 2019, making stops in Cozumel and Progreso, Mexico on the Norwegian Pearl. 6 days of the ultimate tailgate at sea. Book now. More info at southernrockcruise.com.
A lot of excitement, I can tell you, when I mentioned people, I'm going to interview Lynyrd Skynyrd. Oh, Lynyrd Skynyrd, love it. I love excitement. But some would say, well, ask them about gun control, because obviously the band had a very popular song in the 70s.
Saturday Night Special. Yeah.
And then more recently, you had another song.
God and Guns.
Yeah. God and Guns, trying to take away our God and Guns.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. Was this a political statement of any kind?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I am a collector of weapons. I have a lot of them. I have very strong feelings about what's going on today. I will say that I do believe that there needs to be stronger laws for people who are going out here and able to possess, a weapon, Other than that, I think that we have to somehow say to even the parents, if you have those, lock them up, because your young kid might be going through some kind of mental instability. Mental health needs to be addressed, and when it comes to that and them getting their hands on a weapon, all my weapons have got trigger locks on them. You'll never get into them. Why? Because I know where the key is. Yeah. Okay? And I do believe we need stronger legislation about who is able to get their hands on one. I really do.
For me, I think I have shotguns. I don't own any pistols. Saturday Night Special was about a pistol.
Yeah.
38 Special. Yeah. And back then, that's what people had. My brother wrote a song called Saturday Night Special. For me, I have plenty of friends. I used to be a hunter. I don't hunt so much now, but I can't think of killing Bambi, or killing something nowadays. But whenever I was younger, I used to love going hunting. But I have friends who work hard all year long, but when hunting season comes, they want to go hunting. They want to go hunting. They want to be able to have that freedom to do that. I would not want to take that away from them. Plus, I like the security. To be honest, Rickey has a saying, and I have it too. And my family means everything to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I want to be able to protect my family. If somebody comes into my house, breaks into my house, they're going back out not the same way they walked in. And that's just my feeling about it. And I'm very religious. I just lost my oldest daughter. Just got a new tattoo, Dan. So, and
Jesus.
It's of Jesus. And I believe in my faith is very, very strong. When you lose a child, you have to go either one way or the other way. And I've gone towards Jesus, because I want to see her again. So my faith, and whenever you talk about the song God and Guns, it seemed like at that time there was so much stuff. I remember I was out in San Diego and they were talking about taking the crosses down off the hills out there that they had out there. And I was like, why? Why is that harming anything? Everybody should be able to have their own faith. Everybody should be able to, if they're Baptist, whatever, yeah. You should be able to have that. We live in America. I want to tell you this about Lynyrd Skynyrd. We have more Northerners now in the band Then we do have Southerners in the band.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah. And then we also have some liberals and we have Republicans, and we all get along good. I just wish our country could figure out something to get along. I wish there was something that we could sit down like we're doing right now and talk out our political views, you know? And if people could compromise a little bit, we can get things done. We go all over the world, and we're so proud to be an American. We say we're Southern by the grace of God, but a born American, and we're Americans first. I got to tell you, we're all fathers here, and to see that somebody went into a school with an assault weapon, to me, personally, I own shotguns. I got an old Winchester. I love John Wayne. That's one of my favorite ones. My son-in-law just got me a new one. And but as far as assault weapons, for me personally, I wouldn't own one myself. You know, and I don't think it should really be in the hands of many people. Now, Rickey has one.
Well, man, if you got one and who are you going to fight?
Yeah.
You can't fight the military with one. Yeah. They're going to kill you. You can't fight anybody. They're going to shoot back. So what's the deal?
Like I started off telling you, I collect. Okay, I got more antique guns than anything. All right, I have to agree with what Johnny's saying. I mean, you know, this stuff going on and people being able to walk into schools and do all this stuff, it's mind blowing to us because we have sons and daughters and you know what I mean? And it really gets me.
Churches.
Yeah, the churches. I mean, it really gets to me when this happens. It feels deep within me about all this, you know? And that's why I was saying to you was, there needs to be some kind of coming together to figure out how to solve this problem. And I believe if you did like we're doing now, we could get that problem solved.
I got to tell you, faith, does people believe in God anymore? I don't know.
I don't know.
You know, I can't imagine harming someone not unless they were trying to harm me, personally. You know what I mean? When we were kids, if we got in an argument, we would just go out and fight. You know? There wasn't none of this.
That's how you settled it.
Yeah, that's how you settled it, you know?
You know, but now you can't even do that. I mean, you know, in high school, if we had a problem with somebody, they go, well, meet me behind the convenience store.
Right.
And you go behind the convenience store and you get it on, and whoever won, you get off, brush yourself off, and maybe shake hands, and you were friends from then on out.
Yeah, one of my best friends I fought in high school.
It's like you can't even do that now.
No, definitely.
You know?
Well, I had no intention of turning this into a political talk.
No, we love it.
No, because these are the kind of questions you're bound to get wherever you go. When you write about Saturday Night Special,
sure,
God and Guns, when you have a history of the Confederate flag, you run across that. But I think the bottom line here, and the thrust of my question, are these political statements? And you're saying, no, we make music. They're not
rock and roll songs.
I think Ronnie in a lot of ways was very political. He wrote for the common people and he wanted to get his opinion across. You know, and I think that came through these songs. I think that's the reason why some of these songs still stand the test of time right now, really.
Yeah.
The big interview rolls on with rock icons Lynyrd Skynyrd in just a moment.
I still find music like one complete mystery. This is before Hendrix.
He doesn't know anything, but he can really play the guitar. His precision is stunning. I won't do what I'm told to do.
Because that's what a cool guitar player is supposed to look like. He's a fireball.
You know, I got this axe. I thought I was going to die.
Wait, it was that truly unique and original.
The next minute, the police were knocking at the door.
Don't forget that the past can speak to the future.
I'm going to be your substitute.
Don't assume the substitute teacher has nothing to offer. Same goes for a neighborhood. Don't forget that friendships last longer than any Broadway run, Mr. President. Don't settle for your first draft or your 10th draft. You get to create the room where it happens. Just don't think you have to do it alone. The powerful backing of American Express. Don't live life without it.
Governor Scott, I survived bilateral breast cancer, but only because I had health insurance. Without it, I'd be dead, and my children wouldn't have a mother. You supported letting insurance companies gut protections for people with pre-existing conditions, and that's why I will never support you. You put your political party over doing what's right. Mr. Scott, this may be just politics to you, but to me, it's my life.
SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Megan's smile is getting a lot of attention. That's because she goes beyond brushing with ACT mouthwash. ACT freshens breath and strengthens enamel, protects teeth from harmful acids, and helps prevent cavities. Protect your smile every day. Go beyond brushing with ACT.
Pain wants to stop you, block you. Like that's gonna happen. Icy hot. Icy to dull, hot to relax. Rise from pain. Icy hot.
Let me shift gears here and get personal for a minute. I know who you are as a brand, both as a band and as individuals. But my question is going to be, in your own mind, who are you?
That's great. You know, for me, I think first and foremost, I'm a dad. I love my kids. You know, if it wasn't for them, I don't know where I'd be. I think that I've tried to be a good man. I try to treat people with respect. I'll listen to you all day long. I'll say, okay, well, we may not agree to, but we can agree to disagree, whatever. But we can sit down and talk about it. And I've always considered myself that kind of person.
The mayor.
The mayor. Yeah, they call me the mayor.
Well, I didn't know it. They call
He
you the
knows
mayor.
everybody and talks to him.
They
I
call me
always
the
feel
mayor.
like he's running for office.
I had a preacher one time. I was talking to him, and I was in a bad mood. I wasn't in a good point in my life, and I was telling him a story, and he said, Johnny, the thing that you need to remember, it's a lot easier to be nice to people. It takes a lot of work to be a mean person. Mm-hmm. And, from that kind of hit home with me, and I go, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Try to treat people the way you would want to be treated.
Now, Gary, who are you? I mean, you're a great songwriter, you're a great musician. Who are you?
Well, geez, that's a hard question. Really, you feel weird answering, but like Johnny, I just love my family, my kids, and my grandkids, and that, and I'm that simple man we wrote about. I don't care. I got everything in life I wanted. I got. I got beautiful kids and a beautiful wife and a great family life. And we made it a rock and roll band, one of the best bands ever. And I got great friends in this band, and the original band, our guys, that was family. They were all my brothers. I was so lucky to know them and have them a part of me. But everything going on every day, I thank God what He's given me and how much I've gotten.
Well, Rickey, how about yourself? You must ask that question yourself. We all do sooner or later. Who am I? Who am I really?
First and foremost, I am the proud grandson of a man and a lady, my grandparents. They saved my life. I was born and I've only got one lung. I have a bad respiratory system. I'm a guy that is proud of his heritage. I'm a guy that has a great lady in my life after all the years of not having great ones in my life. And I am a proud dad of a 26-year-old beautiful lady. And last and not least, I am a guy that absolutely loves music. I love the art of making music, of creating it. And I love the fact that I am surrounded by some of the best musicians that has ever walked the face of this earth, in my opinion. I've stood on stage with some great ones, but I stand on stage with some great musicians right now, and I'm very proud of that. With Johnny and Gary, and the rest of the band, I'm very proud of that. That's what I am, and I will leave here being just that.
Let me lead back something I didn't ask you before. You mentioned you left the band. Why'd you leave the band?
Well, I'll tell you why I did. Having one lung and a not great respiratory system, I was a good drummer, I felt, and Gary and the guys felt that I fit them. I really felt in my heart, and this is an honest answer, I felt in my heart that they needed somebody better than me. They needed somebody that could take them further. I felt like that I wasn't that good enough. And it was interesting because Gary, when I got back with the band, we were sitting in England, and he said, you know what? It wasn't for you to be with us then. It was for you to be with us now. And here I am going on about 25 years total with this band.
I was going to say it didn't work out all that badly.
It worked out. You know what? The three of us, we're like the Three Musketeers in a way. All for one, one for all. You know what I mean? And that's big family. I mean, it really is.
Well, I said earlier,
I got to give it to him.
Yeah, me too. I said earlier, the only one that could have came in for Ronnie was him, because besides they sound alike and look alike, they're Van Zants. They got spanked by the same daddy. They were raised together. They're really alike. I know them both. They were alike. And it sounded like the Skynyrd songs when he sang sounded real close to him. So we went, man. So we couldn't do it without him. It wouldn't sound right, you know. And we've done it without the other guys, but we paid tribute to them and let their parts of the songs they wrote. Like Rickey plays everything he does with Alan, note for note, as he wrote it, you know.
I honestly feel like all of them's spirit's been with us for all these years.
I'd talk to you the rest of the evening. Unfortunately, I can't do that, neither can you. But when we asked you where you wanted to do this interview, you picked this Intrepid Museum.
Yeah.
Why was that?
Well, again, we're big. I love history. For me personally, in school, I did great at history and geography. Those were my two favorite subjects. And anything military or to do with history, I love it. I soak it all in. You know, I'm still learning about it. You know, look around. I mean, here we are. I mean, it's amazing in here. And anything to do with our military.
This whole thing is really a great honor, and I'm glad we could sit here with you today and talk.
Thank you for your kind words. Well, we're going to take a short tour of this Intrepid Museum. You've been on the carrier before?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know, most people forget how big a carrier is. And this is not even a super carrier. It's fairly big.
It's unbelievable.
You know, it just amazes me, all the aircraft here. I mean, with the helicopters.
We were talking downstairs. You were telling me how attached you feel to the military, how strongly you feel about it. But where does that come?
Well, I just think it's from love of country and love of the soldiers that we've all met. And the ones that come to our shows are so nice, and they're great people. And the ones that we know personally, you just can't beat them. And I don't know, we just want to do our part to help, you know.
I think about having great uncles, I guess they are. In World War I mean, it's pretty amazing, you know, to me. And we love our military guys.
Given that conversation, we have no instruments. And I'm widely known as a fellow who could not carry a tune bucket with a lid on it. But can we have maybe a chorus of America the Beautiful?
America the Beautiful?
Well, that'd be up to you guys.
Yeah.
That's something.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, sure.
For spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty, above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
It's great.
Man, you want to come
sing with us?
Yeah. Thank you so much. God bless you, man. God bless you.
And that's it for this edition of The Big Interview. We're always eager to hear what you have to say.